You see love on the south side, yeah, that's right. Reppin' Inglewood, got my hustle tight. From Chi-Town streets where the wind blows fierce, built up like steel, can't nobody pierce.
Holla, this your girl D-Love. She back. Not sure why there's a lag. Well, we'll worry about that lag. And I'll work on that lag um, before the next YouTube live. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I do got a lot of stuff open because I be having a lot going on. But I want to say thank you. Well, first of all, excuse me. Hold on. Because I don't want nobody to think I'm being rude. Hold that thought. Sorry. Okay. So I didn't like that this new thing they had where you could see like the post section of it. And that's cool and all, but I don't really like that. I like to see the whole me, because that's the whole me that's who's here today. The whole me. Not the HOE me, but the WHOLE me. Hope all is well. Hope everyone is having a great evening. Even though who are on the rewind crew. Hey, listen, I'm back. Like I said, I'm a promise to come back more and more. And um, working, school. Oh, what else I'm doing? I've been working on getting 2 other of my YouTube channel monetized. So I've been working on that. So I have been busy, but I can't neglect the one that made me, right? So your girl is back. Listen, we had talked, Miss Roxy was talking earlier about the lady who had an Airbnb up in Maryland. And she finally got the lady out. But the lady, she done moved up in her house like she owned the joint. I said, you can't make this stuff up, right? And I'ma let her have that. Cause you keep doing stuff like that, God gonna get you. And you know God gonna get you. You play with what they say, you play with fire, you will get burned. Like I tell the people at work, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Folks don't believe hot meat. Was it grease ain't hot? Is that how it go? I don't know. It's been a long day. Yeah. Oh, they don't believe fat meat is greasy. Yeah, you keep moving up in somebody's house and you don't own it, you gonna find yourself in hella trouble. Just saying. Let me find this video of. I know most of y'all have seen the video of the lady in Maryland. Now I got family in Maryland. I like Maryland. Um, I don't know at this stage would I want to live in Maryland. No, I think if I was younger, Maryland would definitely have been a choice for me, right? Um, but yeah, listen. It's just in case for those in the comments and you hear the smoke detector, I need an electrician. If you know an electrician, drop it in my inbox because I need to get it. It ain't like you just plug it up. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm back. You got to be your own cheerleader. Listen, hello. If you out if you out in the YouTube streets, you in the bushes, say hello. Let me know that you are here. Don't be no stranger. Because when you come in the house, you take your shoes, your coat off, and you make sure you tell the folks in the house, hello. So, but anyway, so let's watch a little of this. They talked about what's the girl from in that hotel. I said, listen, it's funny how stuff just never just gotta let the dead rest. And sometimes it's hard people let the dead rest. But when you do wrong, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Hey, Miss Roxy. Yeah, I told you I was gonna come back, girl. I told you I was coming back. Cause I was like, oh, we need to talk about what's in the not the YouTube streets, but in the news. 'Cause that's stuff they can have. I was listening, I said, "All this cussing. They should be stressed out, cussing each other out like that." I'm just saying, Miss Roxy. And listen, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share. I have found the video. That's why I'm looking for the video of the lady, the squatter. I said, you know the video. I'm gonna have it playing in the background. Listen, the nice part about what happened to the lady at the Airbnb, that the community came together to help her. Now, I really wanted to see what the lady looked like. The lady who done moved up in there. And it looked like on the outside, look all right. But on the inside, like they did a nice job on it. You know what I'm saying? So now, to me, that's bold for somebody just to move up in your shit and don't even think you gonna stay. I used to see that with my aunt who rents apartments out, houses, and they be so nice when they get in there. But baby, once they get in them joints, they know, my aunt used to say, they know the law better than you and I do. I said, "Oh, that seemed like a job." I can't find the like button on my phone. Dang, well, that's all right. I'm here, Miss Roxy, because I know you're here. As long as you got that wrench, Miss Roxy, I just glad you're here, girl. Just, just in case we gotta kick a ninja out. Hey, listen, okay. I happen to be on Facebook. I don't be going on Facebook like I used to, but I was on Facebook today, and I saw. Now check this out. You found it. Thank you, Miss Roxy. If Miss Roxy can do it, I know y'all ass can do it. Hit that like button. Listen, um, okay, so they said it was this post. Guess what this I'm gonna say it, but don't judge me. They said sagging. You know what sagging is spelled backwards is? Write it out and look at it. I said, "Oh my God, I never knew that before." OMG. So y'all better tell them men to pull their pants up. It was on YouTube. I mean, it was on Facebook. I done ran out of water. But anyway, I'm here. So this is a video that I have found. It's a ABC in Maryland. Again, I like Maryland. I like DC area. I think it's so ooh. But I don't know. At this stage in life, I'd rather move somewhere where it's hot and water, because water had. Even though my sister who lives in Florida say, "Yeah, it's cold here," and I'd be like, "How cold is cold?" She said it's 32 degrees today. I said, "Dang, sound like hoop dreams." But here we go. Let's watch a little, cause this thing was. I'm gonna play it in the background as I run my mouth. How about? Oh, we're not gonna listen to the whole 30 minutes. I ain't gonna do that to you. Oh, my computer froze. They should have filmed and taken picture. Well, I think that's the reason why they doing what they're doing now, filming it. They should have filmed and taken pictures of before and after for the property owner's protection. No, I would not do Airbnb again. I wouldn't do it either. After I heard how people be having poor, that's what I need to be showing. Thank you. Thank you. I looked up, I'm like, why does that say Dalton Strong? Oh no, this is fair use disclaimer for educational purpose only. I said only. Oh, and all that. Yeah, look at that. They didn't. They don't look like she did a lot of damage to the walls. Not to look. Not to. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Mm. I feel for that young lady. She got her hands full. Here we back. We back. We back. Come on, camera. I done lost my See, I don't want to show the background. This new scene is driving me nuts. But that's okay. We're not gonna worry about it. You know this is sauce and brown. Yes. Okay, Miss Roxy, what else is going on? I say, now that I could do these kind of these kind of dang, that's crazy. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Oh, so this is where it started. Y'all know where she was there. I said, oh, you saying playing catch up may not be worth it? You have to rent that house out. That's still gonna be hard. Oh, okay. We're gonna look at that one yet. We can't do TMZ. We're gonna have to do a workaround with TMZ. Okay. Part 2. This ain't long. Okay.
The owner sent me direct links every month after March for.
Oh, that's her.
So I have been making payments via a PayPal link that they sent. If I can go and grab my phone, I can even show you a receipt that says it's to, I don't want to say the name, but the name of their investment group that I guess oversees the property. So I have been making payments. The first payment was made directly through Airbnb. After that time frame, we made an agreement that I would stay after, and she sent me direct links through PayPal to make the payments every month. 1 or 2 months, I didn't make the payment through PayPal. I made it through Apple Pay or through Zelle, but the payment was made. So every month she had to send me an invoice. I didn't have to request the invoice.
$4,000?
Invoice because we were in agreement that I would be staying at the property. So that's untrue. I have not been here for 9-10 months and not been paying. That is inaccurate.
Oh, 9 to 10 months.
I'll let you get after we, just so we can run through all in case you have to get anything else. Let's start from the beginning. When you made the Airbnb reservation, because I saw the reservation you mentioned was for a fire. Around that same time, court records show at your previous apartment, you were also getting evicted for not paying rent.
So that wasn't for that place. It was for a previous place where something happened during COVID when everyone was not receiving payment. I'm an entrepreneur and I also have a nonprofit. So that's what that was for.
She got an answer for everything.
I actually had a fire. There's a police report, a fire report for it. The police came out, the fire department came out, determined that it was an electrical issue in the wall that then created.
Was it at the same apartment building?
For
Ava Noma, that apartment, because that says 2023. It was you were there 2023, 2024.
So Ava Noma is where I had the fire. Yes.
Ava Noma is the one showing that you were in the process of being evicted for paying 1 month's rent when you were there for 13.
So that would not be accurate.
So the court records are not accurate?
I did not go to court for eviction for Ava Noma. I did have a fire at that unit. Yes.
Okay. Just so you know, court records do show that they were evicting you. It has documents you also filed in that process. It also shows you trying to apply for EREP to stay there.
And no, I applied for it now through here, not for Ava Noma, because my payments were made for Ava Noma.
Okay.
She gonna it's a lie. She gonna stick to it.
Might hear you on that. You mentioned that you're saying from the start of your Airbnb reservation to now, you've made every single payment.
Correct. And I can show you the receipts for those.
Okay. So you're saying Roshane Douglas, the homeowner, is essentially lying and saying that you have not made any payments.
Correct.
Okay.
She sent me links, direct PayPal links for payment. Okay. And there's no way I could pay it without having the PayPal links or having her Zelle information in order to send her those payments.
Okay. In some of the text messages between you and her, you did acknowledge that you hadn't paid.
Which month? Was it a May?
Multiple months, starting around August.
This girl will make you want to make your head spin.
But it was then paid. but I have a payment for my August. I have receipts for my August payment, July, June, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I have payments, receipts to show that.
Did you book the Airbnb with the intention of staying?
No, I did not book the Airbnb with the intent of staying,
So why are you still here?
because after the repairs were done, the place still smelled like fire and there was water damage. So the water damage was more substantial than the fire damage.
This girl got an answer for everything. Even when it don't sound right, she's still sticking to the story. And look at the blood vessels in her neck when the lady asks a question, you could see it like pulsating. Listen, I'm just saying. She'll make your head spin in circles. You keep talking, you be like, girl, folks ain't stupid.
And once they started doing the repairs and even completed the repairs, when we went back into the unit, the lease was actually up in April.
Yeah, she is asking
that
good
year.
questions.
Once they completed the repairs in about May, everything still smelled like water and fire. And at that point, now the lease was up.
Okay.
The lease was for an addition 20. I'm not sure, but it was for an extended period, so it was more than a year.
Okay.
And so the lease was officially up in April.
The lease was up in April.
And so then I had started a process with LEDC to purchase a home.
To purchase a home. Okay.
After she done ran everybody else's stuff, she gonna purchase a
You're
home?
saying you're still here because the home purchase didn't complete, or?
Correct. So I started the home buying process with LEDC. They have a program where I believe it's called HPAP. HPAP will assist you with paying your down payment costs. This year, they switched the program to a lottery program for that assistance. So with the program, they will pay your down payment and your closing costs. Before, the program was just you applied and you got in. This year, it turned to a lottery. That program didn't actually open up until November.
Okay.
So the program didn't open up for you to even consider.
You make your head scratch.
Until November.
Where are you in that process? Or let me ask you this. You mentioned you didn't, in the middle of your Airbnb process, you didn't go back to your apartment because it still smelled like smoke.
And water damage.
What makes you choose to stay here instead when the homeowner has made it clear she doesn't want you here, doesn't want to be a landlord? There's now no utilities on. There's wood boarded up. There's a sign outside saying she doesn't want you here. What's making you choose to stay?
So no, that didn't start until literally this month.
What didn't start?
The sign on the building or the utility, that wasn't something that happened prior to this point, prior to this month. So if that had happened months ago and that was something that I've been dealing with for months, I would leave. So now with all of this going on, I am going to leave. The process was never to stay here for forever. The plan was to go back, and then if not, then purchase a home, which is why I started the home buying process. Now that we are going through this here, I am going, even though we're going to still go through the court process, which I filed documents. No one filed documents initially. So if anyone was trying to get me out of the home, they would have filed paperwork to get me out of the home and any of the months that they said that I did not make payments. That didn't happen. No one filed paperwork. The Douglases didn't file paperwork until I filed paperwork.
They did give you a 30-day notice.
Which for 1 month that they did not receive a payment, and then they received the payment.
This girl will make you jump out your skin because she think everybody else is stupid. And let's go into the Rob Reiner. His son, mental illness. Because clearly she doesn't understand what's going on. Or she understands, but she's trying to outsmart the people. And to be honest, the reporter probably has something in her ear and somebody's telling her what questions to ask also.
Payment later. So let's say you're in an apartment or your home. Do you rent or do you own?
Own, but I also have a signed contract saying that I own, and or when I rented, I have a signed lease saying that I own.
So have you ever rented before?
Yes.
Okay. So when you pay your rent, if you don't pay your rent after, let's say the 5th, then you get a notice that you didn't pay your rent,
Right.
correct? And then that notice might say, you haven't paid your rent. You need to pay the rent. We're filing this paperwork in the courthouse because you have not filed this paperwork. If you don't pay, then you need to vacate the unit.
Right.
Okay. So whenever she's provided a vacate notice, it might have been because the payment had not been received yet. Once the payment was received, she would send another invoice. And now we're in another month because that month that she did the vacate notice for was because the payment was late. If the payment was made, then there were no other issues. She then sent another invoice for the next month, and there was no longer an issue. The vacate notice would be if there wasn't payment made. So just like your apartment, like I said, if you rent an apartment, you pay the rent late, they give you a notice that you haven't made the payment. You make the payment, and then everything is fine. And that is what has happened. So it has not been since I've been here in February that I have not been making payments. That is not correct.
February she's been there.
Did the Douglases ever, or did you and the Douglases ever sign a document or agree to you renting this property outside of that
Wow.
Airbnb reservation?
We have text messages, yes, where they agreed to me staying in the property after the initial Airbnb rental period.
Oh.
So even as I was listening to the court hearing, it was stated that after the Airbnb 32 days was up, you mentioned you wanted to extend your stay at the Airbnb.
Mhm.
And that's what that extension was, an extension of being an Airbnb guest. Are you saying you took that as an extension of I'm now renting?
No. So we did not rent. We no longer did any rentals through Airbnb.
Who is we?
The Airbnb rental was only 1 month through Airbnb. After that time frame, I went through paying the owners directly. So we extended the time frame. They agreed to allow me to stay in the space to whenever, I guess, until I don't make a payment. And then they go through a process. The initial process was not to stay in here for an extended amount of time. No, but it was to stay beyond well, it wasn't even to stay beyond the 30 days. But once we knew that I had to stay beyond the initial
Right.
Airbnb
Who is
rental,
we?
we no longer went through Airbnb. So there was never an extension of the Airbnb. Everything went directly through the owner. You're saying Airbnb as if I went to the Airbnb, rented it for 30 days, said I'm
So she must don't realize. I'm sure she does because she seemed like she's a very bright young lady. You can't extend your stay, but it tell you to do it on the Airbnb app. Don't do it outside the app because if you do it outside the app, Airbnb cannot help you. And I would like to know, how did Airbnb help this family with this lady? Because it sounds like something's missing here.
staying, and I'm not paying you anything. And then since that 30 days in February or March, it would have ended. I've been staying here without them knowing, and I haven't been paying. That would be inaccurate.
So you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, that after the 30-day and everything was on Airbnb, once it left Airbnb, that's when the agreement started to you a month-to-month stay
Correct.
here.
Yes.
Okay. You mentioned that you are going to leave, but you're going to go through the court process.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm going to leave before the court process finishes.
Mhm.
But I thought she said she started the court process, the paperwork.
But we are still going to go through the court process
And why is that?
because now you have caused me when you decided to lock. So the police
Oh, I'ma
informed
sue
her
you.
that they are not allowed to enter the property without 48 hours written notice because I was staying here. Okay. On Thanksgiving, while I left to have Thanksgiving, they entered the unit without my knowledge
Right.
to change the locks, turn off the power. That is when they didn't turn the power off through Pepco. They did something to the breaker box where then the breaker box is not sending power to the home. After she turned the power off in the home, when we got into the home, she then called CPS to tell them that my
Oh.
younger daughter, was in the home without power, but my daughter was leaving. She left. She hasn't stayed here because the temperature was cold. I couldn't leave the property because they had taken the batteries out of the door, and the doors could not be locked, and my property was still in there.
On my
So
property?
although we're going to go through the court process because now you have said that I'm a squatter, A squatter is a person who illegally goes onto a property, then they have to have that's like if your home that you own was vacant and no one was there, and then I decided I'm going to go into your home because I know it's vacant and you don't know that I'm going into the property. That is what a squatter is. A squatter is someone who goes.
This girl right here will make your neck go in circles. Now you have a whole child. Why would you jeopardize your child being in a situation like this? And you know what a squatter is. You know you go live somewhere and not pay. You are a squatter. Now she don't want to look like a squatter.
Who has illegally entered the property without your notice and you never had an agreement with them.
It's also not just if the home's vacant, it's if you're there without the owner's permission
Cracker.
and you're not leaving.
Yes, if you had maybe that other part is there, but we had an agreement. So I'm not here because I had an Airbnb rental in February to March. And I said, you know what? I had an Airbnb.
This girl stayed there for a whole month and just decided she from March till December not pay any rent. Now, what sense does that make? And I think that's the most trifling thing ever. Ain't nothing good gonna come out of this for you, girl. And each of my buying a home, now you gonna have all this debt on your credit report. You're gonna have to pay all that off before you can even purchase a home. Now, you better hope they don't change them laws if you've been a squatter and you did such and such, it can prevent you from buying a home. Like, you dirty, and you know you are. She's like, yeah, but I'm just saying. I digress.
Rental for a month.
And legal fees. You're right, Miss
Roxy. I'm never
Roxy.
going to pay you anything, and you need to get me out through the courts. That was never the case. We had an agreement.
You did say that through text, though.
Oh, I said that through text about afterwards when you decided to then start harassing me. I said, you're going to have to go through the court process. Yes, in order to legally get me out of the property. That didn't mean that I'm staying in the property indefinitely. I'm literally going to be leaving the property as soon as possible. Like, start packing up, because now it's gotten to a point where it messes with somebody's emotional being and their peace. And we're not doing that.
Where are you?
Hold on. What's she talking about? Messing with people's emotional being? And girl, you caused the emotion. Now I know you talk very nice and articulate the words and all that, but you got to watch people who talk too fast. Is paying a debt harassment? Listen. Can I tell the Cook County property people there that they harassing me for the payment? No, you have. My mother always said you're gonna have to always pay somebody. Now I don't know what her mama taught her. Now really, I thought she played for the team, but I digress. You know you got to pay, and stop playing that dumb role.
There were payments made every month prior to that. So you can't say that you didn't want me. If you didn't want me in the property, why were you sending me invoices for payments? Why were payments made and you accepted them? Why did you accept any of those payments?
Where did you get $4,000 from?
Let's say you issued a 30-day notice in June. Let's say she did. I don't know that she did. Let's say in June, I didn't make a payment on the 5th or the 15th.
Oh, those helicopters.
And you sent me a 30-day notice, but then I paid the rent on the following day.
Why'd you not leave after signing the document stating that you weren't a tenant and that you would leave November 15th if she gave you $2,500?
So whatever that agreement is, that is an agreement that the owner, Mr. Douglas, he said that his wife was under an amount of stress because I had paid the rent late previously, and that she was now distressed, and he and I have had a pretty much cordial relationship after that. I told him I wasn't sure that I would be able to leave the property within that time frame because I had just suffered a big financial loss in the month previously. So there was no way I could guarantee that I would be out within that time frame. Before that time frame came, I informed them there's no way I can be out before that time frame because of this.
I actually never heard this video before. This girl's nuts. Possibly child support since she runs a nonprofit. Possible child support. Oh, you thinking her child support is paid? Who's her baby daddy?
financial issue that I informed you of. They don't have to be
What?
accepting of the financial issue that I have, because whether the financial issue exists, rent has to be paid, right? But if rent is not paid due to a financial issue or whatever issue, I was then informed while I'm going through the process to then move out and get everything done, that you had to go through the courts. I went to the on while we're doing that. The court informed me, the court attorneys at Landlord and Tenant informed me that nothing had been filed against me to get me out of the property. Nothing had ever been filed, and that I would have to file in order to protect myself from them turning the power off.
Listen, I would turn the power off. I would listen. Really, what they did was they probably didn't pay. They didn't. The people on the property, they probably did not turn that power off. It probably the people may have turned. You know, the electric company may have turned the power off. But how you think you're gonna stay somewhere for free? And you must. And if you live in somewhere, and it seems like it might be above your means, go find you a place where you can afford. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What the world? What she's saying is not helping her. Listen, it ain't helping her and it ain't helping me because she is driving me nuts with her answers. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Okay, so we gonna move on then. Thank you, Cher. I mean, not Cher. Miss Roxy. I was like, I did this, but I did not want to watch it because this girl, I couldn't, because it didn't make no sense to me. It didn't make no sense. Okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, let's see. That's some crazy ish right there. Let's see, because we can't do TMZ because TMZ TMZ would strike your channel. Uh, God. What I care? Let's watch TMZ.
career,
Rob
very
Reiner's son.
beloved man in Hollywood.
Throat.
Yeah, we have confirmed with sources that confirming that their throats had been slit.
Yeah, and
Dang.
we know that the daughter, she did tell authorities that someone in the family had done this, and said and told the authorities that the son Nick should absolutely be a suspect.
Yes.
And then quickly after, sources told us that Nick was being questioned.
Dang. He had to be, I want to know, was he on any substance to be able to do something like that? I don't want to watch no hour. I be needing for you to get to the point. To do something like that, you had to be on something. Ooh, Court TV. Fox News. Ooh, let's watch Fox News. Yeah, Fox News, they'll do that too. Copyright strike you. Oh, you got a $4 million bill? And he got a bill? That's crazy. My computer is just like, oh, what are you doing? You know you're not supposed to be watching Fox News. Oh, I didn't hit the play button. So,
all right, the other breaking news story, and this is coming into
wow.
focus right now. Nick Reiner, the son of Hollywood icon Rob Reiner, and his wife Michelle, has been taken into custody over the murders of his mom and dad. We are waiting to hear the charges that
Okay.
Nick Reiner may face. We do know that his bail is set at $4 million.
4
LA
million.
police picked him up.
Hey,
Our
Beth.
chief
Street
correspondent Jonathan
drugs.
Hunt is in Brentwood
Or make us
with more.
pretty.
Jonathan.
Harris, this is the home, the Reiner
And you know, Brentwood, that's where O.J. Simpson used to live. Hey, Beth, how you doing?
home, where Rob Reiner, 78-year-old famed director, and his wife, 68-year-old Michelle, were
Hey, isn't Rob Reiner? He was the one who played Meathead on what's that called? The Bunkers. I used to love that show.
found murdered. And now, as we understand it, Nick Reiner is being held. The LA Sheriff's Department online records revealing that he is in fact being held on $4 million bail, apparently picked up late last night.
Dang, he got a kid 32 that old. He must have had kids late. So I bet it's this kid right here because he look all right. And now I'd be shocked if this one right here, but I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Hours after police were called here to the Reiners' home and made that gruesome discovery of the bodies here. Rob Reiner, of course, famed for so many movies, among them When Harry Met Sally, The Princess Bride, A Few Good Men. And in the hours after the tragic news of his and his wife's deaths broke last night, one of the stars of When Harry Met Sally, Billy Crystal, was seen here. You can see him not far from this front gate, seemingly very close to tears. Rob Reiner has been paid tribute to by many in Hollywood today, among them the director Ron Howard, who said, quote, he proved to be a superlative filmmaker, a supportive colleague.
Dang, look at Ron Howard. He looked the same, just a little bit older. Wow, this is crazy. What we going through?
At all times, a dedicated citizen. Rob will be missed on so many levels. My heart goes out to his family and his many close friends. And the novelist Stephen King wrote that Rob Reiner was, quote, a wonderful friend, political ally, and brilliant filmmaker, including two of mine. Rest in peace, Rob. You always stood by me, a reference obviously there to Stephen King's novel Stand By Me, which Rob Reiner turned into another blockbuster movie. We're awaiting an update from the LAPD. We believe we will get something from them in the next couple of hours. They told us very little last night, but the news emerging this morning, Harris, that Rob Reiner's 32-year-old son,
32,
Nick, now being held in custody, $4 million bail. Harris?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people are talking about the history of this great actor and director, Rob Reiner, and I just want to visit for a moment the impact that, having lived in Los Angeles, many people will tell you that he had on the industry as a whole. He was an actor's director. He saw people for who they were, and he had an incredible sense of humor. And he made a movie called Being Charlie.
Well, yeah, it not just helped him work on it. Nick actually co-wrote that movie.
I want to know more about the son.
The complex relationship between father and son. But Nick said in the publicity tour for that movie, it wasn't tough working with his dad. It was nice, as he put it. But clearly something went horribly wrong yesterday. Harris?
So much to dig into with.
I'm telling you, I believe in my spirit that he may have been on some kind of some psychedelic drug. You will hope maybe at least one of the parents would have escaped. Yeah. And maybe one, I'm sure if the house was big, somebody probably was in one room and he just walked up on him. But he looked like a big guy. 2 hours. I look at him. Yeah. At a Toronto restaurant 10 years ago. Oh, let's see. And they'll probably try to hold that back. What if he was really on something? I don't know why I hear something. Let's see. We got the People magazine. Remember we used to have People magazine? I got in a big fight at Conan O'Brien's party hours before the murder. He was freaking everyone out. Oh, he was on that shit. Okay, Rob Reiner and his son Nick Reiner got into a heated argument at the Saturday night holiday party the night before the director and his wife Michelle were unalive on the afternoon on Sunday. Okay, multiple. So TMZ first reported Monday that Reiner, he was 78. He looked good for 78. And his 32-year-old son, he had a kid at 56 years old. Oh, he must have got caught. I mean, in the change of life. 30-year-old son got into a very loud argument at a Christmas party hosted by Conan O'Brien. The two confirmed that people and his son got into an argument. Okay. Oh. Nick was freaking everyone out, acting crazy, kept asking people if they were famous. Yes, he was on that shit. Rob Reiner and Michelle, Rob and Michelle, 68. He looked good for 68. Both of them did. Reporters left the party after the argument, according. The couple were found, he was arrested and charged with unalive and held with no bail, just like you said, Miss Roxy. The couple first, Harry met Sally. So, okay, here it is right here. Okay, so Nick had previously spoken out about his struggle with addiction. I told you about it was some addiction in this. And homelessness beginning in his teens. Reiner, middle child, told People in 2016 that he cycled in and out of rehab beginning at the age of 15. As his addiction escalated, Nick said he drifted further from the home and spent significant stretch homeless in multiple states. The story behind his and his father 2015 film Together, Me and Charlie, was partly inspired by Nick's younger years. Yeah, you could tell. And that's what I said. I knew that there was some addiction of in this. But you'll be surprised at how many younger kids, younger people have used some form of a substance as early as 12 years old or drinking. And there's times when younger kids, or they don't feel connected. So it's unfortunate. Like, listen, he had to come up on him. But if he's 32, he probably was strong. So that's why he probably was able to because where would he get? And he probably, I bet you any money. And we can, tell me if I'm wrong. I wondered if he said he heard the voices made him do it. I'm like, jeez. Yeah, so he's in it. So I don't know how they the only way to deal with that is he will have to be ready to deal with the substance. And if he never dealt with whatever the issue that caused him to be there, he would probably just went through his whole life with these issues. And again, that fentanyl, I don't know how people be taking that fentanyl. That fentanyl have you effed up too now. That fentanyl will kill you. The sister that found the parents will probably talk more. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I would like to hear more about what happened with him at what age. Because this is at 3:30 in the afternoon. That was early. Mm. Yeah, this is so unfortunate. And it's an unfortunate way to go. We go from somebody coming to your house and not go that you don't know to somebody coming into your house and taking your life. Yeah, you got to be careful. Got to be careful. I'm sorry he got the husband, but now the positive side is at least they left together. You know what I'm saying? I would have one of them been able to survive, but it probably, the way they left together as a couple or married in 1989. So, oh yeah, yeah. So, mm, sorry to hear that. It's so devastating. And had 3 kids. Rob and Michelle had 3 kids. Oh, Nick had previously spoken about. They had kids together. It might have been as simple as consistently feeling compared to his parents and siblings. Yeah. So sad. So sad. Oh, 60. They both were 68. They both were 78 and 68. She was older. And he seemed like he was always a happy man. Ooh, he was born in 47. Wow. Dick Van Dyke. He is the son of Carl, best known as creating the Dick Van Dyke Show. Rob, oh yeah. Rob was born Robert Maxwell Reiner in 1947. He's the son of Carl, best known for creating the Dick Van Dyke Show. After starting his career as an actor in All in the Family, I used to love All in the Family. Meathead. His dad always seemed happy as well. Yes, but you just don't know. You just never know. All in the Family, Rod transitioned into directing, going on to helm some of his most iconic films into the 80s to the 90s, including Stand By Me. I love that. Princess Bride. I don't know that. I didn't watch When Harry Met Sally. Misery, and A Few Good Men. I think I did see that movie. And he has received multiple Academy Awards nominations and remained an influential voice in film and politics. When Rob met Michelle while directing When Harry Met Sally, when did they have this kid though? He been married. Hold on. Rob was couch surfing Lola Oni. Now this is interesting that we're watching the scene because I've been married for 10 years and I was single for 10 years and making a mess of my personal life. Okay. Oh, was that his wife? Meg Ryan. Oh, I remember Meg Ryan. I met my wife while making the movie and we changed the ending and this is what we came up with. Billy came up with some of the dialogue, okay? 89, the couple welcomed 3 children during the marriage. So they was born in 89. These kids are young. Jake Ryan, the couple oldest son, has worked primarily behind the scenes in the entertainment industry. He has served as a producer, production assistant, including a project connected to his father's works, and has largely maintained a private personal life. Now, in June 2023, Rob and Jake told people that they've attended basketball games in every United States city where the MLB hosts a team. There's nothing like the ballpark. Rod said at this time, the father and son duo, also both actors, share mutual love for American favorite pastime tradition that began with his dad, late actor Carl. He said, my dad was a huge baseball fan. He passed it on to me, and I passed it on to Jake. Well, Jake the Snake. Oh, this is Nick. The middle child has been the most publicity outspoken of the sibling. He has spoken candidly about his past struggle with drugs, addiction, and homelessness beginning in his early years. In 2016, there was an interview. He spoke about years-long struggle with drug addiction, which began in his early teens. Okay. And eventually left him living on the streets. He said that his cycle in and out of rehab began at the age of 15. Okay. But as his addiction escalated, he drifted further from home and spent significant stretch homeless in multiple states. How did he even get there? Nate told people that chaotic periods of addiction, including nights and sometimes weeks sleeping outside, later became the basis for the semi-autobiography film Being Charlie, which he co-wrote and which was directed by his father. Now, I've been home for a really long time, and I sort of gotten acclimated back to being in LA and being around my family. Nick told people. Rob Reiner has spoken openly about supporting his son through recovery while also reflecting on the emotional challenges addiction plays on their family. Yeah. Ronnie, the youngest son of 3, has largely stayed out of the public eye. He's occasionally appeared alongside with his parents' events, but has no pursuit of public career entertainment. In addition to his children, where Michelle Rob Reiner has a daughter, Tracy Reiner, from her first marriage to actress, and filmmaker Penny Marshall. I remember we had a child by Penny Marshall and adopted her daughter, Tracy, from a previous marriage to Michelle, marriage to Michael Henry Rob Marshall, divorced in 1981. I remember when they got married. Man, you just never know. That's just, that's tough. That's tough. We have increased mental health issue. While we're closed mental health facilities since the Reagan administration, it's so sad. It's for more difficult to get help. It's far more difficult to get help for mental illness adults than you think. This is additional Adrian Yates case. If he got appropriate treatment, he'll be incarcerated, realizing exactly what he's done. Yeah, that's crazy. It's definitely. I knew he had some substance abuse to go with the mental health, but sometimes. So the question is, and when you hear someone talk about it, the question we would like to know is, how did he start with the addiction at 15? Did he just find alcohol, or are you in LA where there's just parties you go to, and he was introduced to it young, and like somebody said, everybody's partying, and I didn't realize the party had stopped, and I was still partying. And he's probably self-medicating too. So it's so unfortunate. Sorry to hear that. And again, I send my heart, my prayers out to Rob Reiner. He was a part of my childhood. So yeah. The thing I said it recently, the things that I knew as a child, a young adult, a woman, has now changed. So we got to be more careful. Be more careful. Well, I've been on here for a little bit. And Miss Roxy, thank you. Because I don't like to come online if I don't have nothing to talk about it, because I think that's a waste of people's time to be on here and just talk. And you ain't talking about nothing. So, but I appreciate it. Well, and Beth, it's always a pleasure to see you. I got to go now. Got to get ready for the day, and thank you. We got to do this again. We're gonna do this again this week. Today is Monday, so probably most likely Wednesday. I'll be able to just find out and Miss Roxy, just find out what's going on in the news, and then we could talk about it. How about that? I appreciate that. Oh, so that's what I was saying. Like, I don't always want to get on here and just start talking about stuff that I don't feel that don't make sense. I don't believe that an extra talking we don't need to. And then when I get off work, I don't even want to talk to nobody. But this is Miss Roxy got me to realize I do miss being live. And I thank you. Thank you for pouring into me. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I'll be back. We're gonna do this on Wednesday. Let's see, about 8 o'clock. About 8 o'clock on Wednesday. As long as I have to stay at work. But hopefully I don't. Let's see. But anyway, I appreciate you. I'm going to get ready for tomorrow, and the week start for me on Tuesday. Well, again, thank you, Ms. Roxy. So much hugs and kisses. Thank you, Beth, for being here, and even those who've been in the bushes. Thank you too. We appreciate you too. And with that being said, we'll close the night out. Good night, good night, good night. In the remembrance of, good night. Good night. I don't know what it's on. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I was trying to play the outro, but it won't let me. Okay. All right. Good night.
Click the button, it's the time. Show some love, like and subscribe. Every view and every share keeps the content everywhere. Like and subscribe, join the crew. Hit the bell, it's what we do. Building a world, sharing the dream. You're the heart of this team.